Guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about UFC Fight Night Burns versus Brady. I'm really excited for this card. Unfortunately, it's not this coming Saturday, but next. But that'll be on the 7th of September. But I'm just going to be going from the bottom of the card up, just kind of giving my predictions and thoughts. This is kind of going to be a full breakdown of my thoughts as I go through each Tapology page and just kind of guess, or not guess, but kind of pick as to who I think would win and the method and all that. I'm just going to do this as if I'm looking at this for the very first time, because it is. So let's start off at the bottom. My first time looking at everything, guys. So I have the stats up here as well as my page. I do want to thank the 6 subscribers that have subscribed to me recently. Thanks for watching the videos and thanks for liking everything. Let's get started with Ziggy Montas from Mosca versus Nathan Fletcher. All right, let's look at Ziggy Montas from Mosca. He's from Lithuania. He's 9-2. I think this guy, for some reason, I think of Contender Series when I think of this guy. So let's go. No, I guess he didn't find a Contender Series. I think it was the last fight. I think it was the Jared versus Baralho fight he was supposed to fight. I'm not too sure. But anyways, he's going to be fighting Nathan Fletcher. He's coming off a win off the Ultimate Fighter, which was in March. So he could be a good prospect. You know, some people say that there's been some decent people coming off of tough, but not so much recently. And he's fighting Nathan Fletcher, who is 8-1. He's from England, 26 years old. So I think both of these guys are young. Both of these guys are debuting. Yeah, okay. So this guy lost his Ultimate Fighter fight in March and the other guy won. I mean, just based off the records, I think the other guy has a little bit better record. This guy's only been KO'd before. So it seems like he either gets a submission or has never lost a decision, versus Ziggy Montas, who has lost by decision, never won by decision either. So he always gets finishes pretty much. Wow, that's kind of crazy. 2 finishes in the second round, 1 in the first. Majority decision. Oh, it's not there. So I don't know. Just going off of this fact that he can go to decision kind of shows me he has the gas tank to go 3 rounds. Even though it's not here, I feel like he's pretty durable. He's only lost in round 1 KO in like the last 7 years. I don't really count this one down there. So I'm going to go with Ziggy Montas on this. Once I'm done, I guess picking, I'm going to look and see which ones are the favorites on Tapology. I'm going to try not to look, but I'm going to pick Ziggy Montas. I'm thinking he's going to be the favorite. I'm going to go him by decision. All right, so Ziggy Montas by decision. And the next fight is Andre Petrosky versus Dylan Budka. Okay, so Dylan Budka, American, 7-3. 24 years old, 6 foot tall. His fighting style is wrestling, or foundation style is wrestling. Has won by decision multiple times, but he's been finished and lost the decision. So looks like he won his Contender Series fight, but he lost to ground strikes versus Cesar Almeida, who this is the guy that I think beat Alex Pereira once. So he's a decent striker. So he lost to a decent-ish striker, and now he's fighting a guy, Andrew Petrosky, who is he's a vet in the UFC. I remember watching this fight versus John Fremd, and I think it was, I don't know, I just don't remember the fight. I don't remember him doing that great. Granted, I don't remember the fight so well, but it was unanimous decision, so I'm guessing he won pretty convincingly. So I'm just kind of curious as to why they would put a veteran like Petrosky, who's 6-2 in the UFC, who's fought in the UFC since 2021, which isn't too long, I guess, versus Dylan Budka, who seems to be like more of a decision guy in terms of the majority of his wins. Yeah, he even won his Contender Series by decision, so I don't think he's gonna finish Petrosky. I don't see why they would give Petrosky such a new guy, honestly. Like on paper, I'm assuming Petrosky should win. He should be a big favorite, I would think. Unless the UFC thinks Budka could maybe finish him. I'm still going to go Petrosky by decision, even though that's kind of like a boring pick. But let's look at their stats. Strikes landed per minute for Petrosky's 3. Wow. Oh, he absorbs more strikes at 2.7. Petrosky does. Petrosky has better striking defense. Let's look at the grappling. Petrosky does 3 takedowns, and Budka actually does 3 takedowns too, apparently. But Petrosky has better accuracy in his takedowns, and Budka has 100% takedown defense. That's kind of interesting. So knowing that Budka has 100% takedown defense, I don't know if Petrosky's going to be able to take Budka to the ground. And maybe that's why the UFC put this fight together. I think this might go to decision. I want to pick Petrosky right now just because he has better stats, or he has a better record. So I'm going to go with him right now by decision, and then I kind of want to go with Budka just based off the stats, because if it's just a striking match, I think Budka has the advantage there. But that's if Budka can't take Petrosky down. But I'm going to go Petrosky decision for now. And we're going to go to the next fight, which is Jacqueline Amorim versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Another WMMA fight. I think Amorim has just come off a win. Amorim is Brazilian, 8-1. I think she's a grappler pretty much, jiu-jitsu. Only lost by decision before versus Sam Hughes, who's actually pretty decent. So she's actually doing pretty decent in the UFC. She has 2 finishes in the UFC. I remember actually watching this fight versus Corey McKenna. McKenna just kind of ran out, and I don't want to say she just ran out and messed up, but she just threw herself into the fight and got caught in an armbar. And then Montserrat isn't the best, so I mean, she should have beat these girls if she's decent, but now she's fighting Vanessa Demopoulos, who's 11-5, from Greece. She's only lost by decision, so she's not going to get finished by Amorim, I don't think. So this is another decision fight, and man, this is going to be a hard one. I think I'm going to go Demopoulos on this one. I mean, if you look, she does lose a lot by decision, but it's been a while. It's all like, I guess, in the past. And in the UFC, in the last 5 fights, she's 4-5. She missed weight on this one, so I'm guessing if she misses weight, she might have issues, but if she doesn't miss weight, I'm thinking Demopoulos will win by decision. And I'm pretty confident on that pick, but just to look at their striking and their grappling stats, takedown defense for Vanessa Demopoulos is 30% versus takedown accuracy for Amorim is 23, so not too worrisome. I'm still gonna go Vanessa Demopoulos by decision. Yeah, I think that's I mean, you know, it's WMA, so you can never know, but I like that pick. The next fight is Gabriel Santos versus Yizha. I'm surprised they didn't put like his last name. I wonder if that's his like nickname or something. But Yizha, let's look at his stats. Is he from China? Yeah, he's Chinese fighter, 25-4. That's a pretty great record. I wonder if it's padded or not, but he's on a 3-fight win streak from Shanghai. He's 27, 5-7, 71-inch reach. Ooh, wow, he has a lot of fights, but he lost a split decision to Zhang Yongli, Korean guy who actually has a decent 2-1 in the UFC. So he lost to a decent guy, split decision too. So he's not bad. I don't think he's bad in terms of the record. He got an armbar on road to UFC versus Kai Wen Lee. He got a decision versus Sang Won Kim. Not too bad of a victory. And the armbar versus this guy. So he's beating the guys that he should beat. But now he's fighting a Gabriel Santos who's 10-2, 27, 70-inch reach, so just one less Yizha. And so this guy's lost both of his fights in the UFC. I mean, it doesn't look good. I mean, he wins by every pretty much decision or finish, but in the UFC he's been lost a decision split and he's been finished by an uppercut. So this one, I don't know, this one's gonna be kind of difficult. I mean, based off the fact that Yizha went split with Zhang Yongli and he's like undefeated since, I'm gonna pick him by decision. Oh my, another decision. Great. Maybe he's gonna finish this guy. I think maybe Yizha will get a finish on Gabriel Santos, because he's been finished in the last fight. He's only been KO'd once, so I can't say he's probably gonna KO him. He has finished people by submission. I think to be safe, I'm gonna go decision on this one too. Man, I've picked 3 decisions so far. Man, I think if anything, this one might go to a finish. Let me actually revise that one real quick, because I want to pick one finish at least, but I think out of all those 3 fights, I think this one's most likely to get a finish. Yeah, look, KO. I'm gonna pick KO round 2 by Ziggy Montes. He's gonna KO Nathan Fletcher in round 2 or 3. I'm gonna go round 3, and then this one's gonna be decision, or wrong way. Yes, by decision. Next fight is Andre Lima, the guy that got bit by Igor something. The guy bit him during a Contender Series fight, versus Felipe Dos Santos, which I believe he's from Shootbox. Let's look at Felipe Dos Santos first. He's 8-1, 23 years old, really young, 70-inch reach, 1 win. He is from Shootbox. He's only lost by decision, hasn't been finished. Won his last fight by split, and then lost to Kape, which isn't a bad loss because Kape's pretty decent. But now he's fighting Andre Lima, who never been finished as well. I think this one's gonna go to decision too, honestly. Dang, man, all these decisions. See, look at this biting versus Igor Severino. That was funny. I remember seeing that live. So Lima missed weight in his last fight, but he won that by split, versus Felipe Dos Santos, who also won his last fight by split. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Shootbox on this one, because I feel like Kape is a better loss than Andre Lima's. Actually, he's undefeated? Yeah, he's undefeated. That was Muay Thai, losing to Ramon Costa in Muay Thai. I don't really count that, I guess. And it was a doctor stoppage too. So pretty much this guy's undefeated. Dang, this is a hard pick. I feel like out of all the fights, this one might be 50-50. Once at the end of the video, once I do the last pick, I'm gonna look at the Tapology statistics, or what people are picking pretty much. But damn, this one's hard. I'm not too sure what to pick. This one I have to for sure look at the stats. Let's see. For Felipe's 4, Andre's 3, but Andre has a better striking accuracy at 56 versus 34. Felipe Dos Santos absorbs 5 strikes per minute versus Andre's 2.5, so pretty much half. And Andre Lima has better defense striking wise. Dos Santos doesn't grapple much. He doesn't have a lot of statistics there. or stats there, versus Andre Lima, whose takedown defense is 60. So Andre Lima has the better stats on here. Wow. Yeah, man. The stats are saying Lima, but I'm thinking I want to pick Felipe. Man, this one's really difficult. I'm gonna go Lima on this one. I'm gonna go with the stats. I don't think age is gonna play a factor here. Lima's 25 versus Santos, who is 23. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lima. I'm thinking maybe his age is gonna help. He's undefeated, so the confidence is there. I'm gonna go with Lima decision. Man, that's a lot of decisions so far. Kind of want to switch one of these, but maybe this one. I think Yasa might be able to finish Santos, but I'll change that later because these are just my picks for now. Once I start looking a little bit more, then I'll decide a little bit closer to the fights next week. But for this next fight, Isaac Dolgarian versus Brandon Morote. Isaac Dolgarian, I think this is a guy who lost to Christian Rodriguez, I think by split, I believe. Yeah, Christian Rodriguez by split. Some people say he won that fight, and he did pretty well, honestly. He grappled really well, and he's fighting Brandon Morote, who's 8-2, 28 years old. Lost his fight in the UFC against Terrence McKinney. Yeah, I'm going Dolgarian by first round finish, I think. Yeah, first round TKO. I like this guy. Rodriguez is good, and he pretty much almost won that fight, so I'm guessing he's gonna put this guy away pretty good. He's gonna try to prove a point, I think. So next fight is OSP versus Ryan Spann. The two veterans pretty much fighting each other. OSP's on a big losing streak. I think 4 fights, or is it 3 fights? Let me double check. Oh no, he actually won his last fight versus Kennedy. That was in March. Wow. Oh yeah, damn. Oh my god. No, I was wrong. He was not on a 3-fight losing streak. Yeah, no. OSP won that fight versus Kennedy by split. He lost to Philip Lins by first round KO, and then he got it before that was another split victory versus Mauricio Rua. I think he's gonna lose this next one. The last time he got 2 consecutive wins was in 7 years ago, so I think Ryan Spann's gonna win this one. Spann is on a 3-fight losing streak. Oh my god, it looks bad picking Spann, but I think I'm gonna pick him. Yeah, I'm gonna go with first round KO for Spann. I think he's gonna be an underdog though, but I think he's gonna come out maybe round 2. I'm gonna go round 2 because I think that's what he did with Anthony Smith when they rematched. I think Spann kind of held back in the first round and then he let it go in the round 2. So I'm gonna go round 2 KO Spann. So hopefully he wins. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be an underdog. I think he's younger too. Ryan Spann is 33 years old. Wow, he's actually really young. I mean, not really young, but not too old at all. Versus OSP, who's 41. So yeah, I'm picking Spann. Next fight is Rongzhu versus Chris Padilla. Let's take a look at these guys. Chris Padilla, they call him Taco. He's 14-6, 74-inch reach, has a lot of KOs. He's on a 4-fight winning streak, including a round 1 rear naked choke for Lolontop, who's actually put on a really good fight recently versus Slava Claus, and that was split too. So I think he's good. If he was able to put out Lolontop in the first round and get him to the ground and choke him out, then that must mean he's pretty decent. Versus Rongzhu, 25-5, 24 years old, from China. He has been subbed before. He's 1-2 in the UFC. So he was in the UFC, but then he got cut, I'm guessing, and now he's back doing better, but I don't know. Once he gets to the UFC, it's a different type of level. I think Chris Padilla is gonna sub him. I think he's gonna sub him in round 2 or 3. Let's see. Round 3. Oh no. Wrong one. Yeah, round 3. I think Padilla by round 3 sub. Okay, so next fight is Trevor Peek versus Yanal Ashmuz. So Trevor Peek, I've heard some guys in Discord say he fights like a brawler or like a street fighter. I don't know. They pretty much say he fights kind of funny. He's 2-2 in the UFC, so he's like back and forth, 1-1, lost 1, 1-1, lost 1. So maybe he wins this one if he goes on that same pattern. Versus Yanal Ashmuz, who's from Israel. That's pretty cool, representing Israel, I guess. Not to get political, but this guy's 1-1 in the UFC. But he lost to Chris Duncan, unanimous decision. Chris Duncan's not too bad. I don't think Trevor Peek's going to be put out easily. Has he been KO'd before? Never. He's only lost by decision. So Yanal is probably going to have to take this to decision, which he's lost before. Usually finish guys, he's never been finished himself either. So this one's going to decision, I think, because he hasn't been finished and neither has Trevor Peek. I think these guys are literally both super durable that one of them is going to have to point it out, and whoever can point it out is gonna win. So let's look at their stats. Trevor Peek strikes landed per minute is 4.5, which is more than Yanal, who has 3. The striking accuracy of Trevor Peek is 54. Yanal has 42 less. Strikes absorbed is 4 for Peek, and Yanal absorbs 5. But Yanal has better defense at 59% versus Trevor Peek at 44%. Peek actually has 1.8 takedown averages with a 53% accuracy. I don't know. I think Trevor Peek's is gonna have the capability of finishing Yanal. I think he might actually finish him. He's won by decision before, or punches in round 1. I think it's gonna be a decision again. Peak decision. Matt Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. Let's see their stats or their profiles. So Alessandro Costa, I call him No, 28 years old. He's from Mexico. He's 2-2, so he's back and forth with his wins and losses, just like Peak. So he could lose this one if he follows that strategy or that pattern. He's fighting Schnell, who's 34, so he's not that old. Schnell's not that old. He's only lost by KO. Doesn't lose decisions much. He's 6-6. I don't know. I kind of want to pick Schnell on this one. I feel like he's due for a win, but he hasn't won in 2 years. So Schnell fought Ursig, so I don't really I mean, Ursig's decent, even though he got KO'd by Kaikar France. I feel like I don't blame him for that much. And then Nicolau is actually decent too. So I feel like might be a step down in competition for Snell, maybe. Kind of. Alessandro, he's 2-2. Also fought Ursig and lost. And only lost to Amir Albazi, so he's only lost to like decent guys too. Man, this is going to be a hard one to pick. He's 28 versus Snell, who's 33, like I said, I think. 34. Man, this is going to be a difficult one. This is a difficult one. He's been KO'd in round 2, the last 2 fights. And Alessandro has 2 wins in round 2. Yeah, I'm going Alessandro round 2 KO. He's younger. He has finishes in rounds 2. Nell's lost twice in round 2. So, all right. So next fight, Kyle Nelson versus Steve Garcia. I feel like Kyle Nelson reminds me of Garam so much. The guy that trained with Kamza. I don't know why. They look so similar. Kyle Nelson, Canadian, 16-5, 33 years old, from Ontario, 4-4. He's on a 3-fight win streak. That's crazy. 2 unanimous and one. His last one is round 1 KO. So that's kind of scary for Steve Garcia. Oh my God. So they gave him Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia actually KO'd the guy in round 1. Yeah. Songwoo Cho. He did really well. I'm picking Steve Garcia. I feel like it's going to be round 2 TKO. Man, this is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a really good fight. It can go either way, but I'm picking Garcia by TKO. Round 2, but this one can go to decision. I feel like either guy can get a finish, or I don't know. This is gonna be a really good fight. They put 2 guys with really good records together. Kyle Nelson is on a roll with Steve Garcia. I feel like he has the youth. 32, Steve Garcia versus Kyle Nelson, who is 33. So not much of an age difference, but I don't know. I just like Garcia. Round 1 KO, his last fight, did really well. All right, this one is another big fight. Jessica Andrade versus Natalia Silva. Obviously, Jessica Andrade has been in the game for a while. She was champ. Versus Natalia Silva, who's up and coming. So, I mean, you know, Andrade, she kind of, I don't want to say she always looks for the KO shots. Man, that's crazy. 27 fights in the UFC. Coming off of 2 wins. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know. This is a hard pick too, but yeah, I'm going to pick Natalia on this one. She hasn't lost in like 7 years. And last time she lost was versus Marina in a different organization. I'm picking Natalia on this one. I'm going to go with just the fact that she's younger. I'm assuming 27 versus Jessica Andrade, who is 32 years old. I mean, not much of a, not to say Andrade is old now, but I think Natalia has that drive still. And even though Andrade has the 2-fight win streak, I feel like Natalia just has more hunger. I mean, 6 fights in the UFC. No, is it 5? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be decision Natalia. I just think she's the new generation of fighters. I think it's time. And plus, I do think she's actually really good too. She's always so calm in the fights, and she just knows what to do. It's just like, I think her game plans are just what makes everything work. Like, she sticks to her game plan and gets the win. And now for the main card, the fight we're all curious about. The fight I'm scared for Gilbert Burns versus Sean Brady. Guys, I don't even really have to look at their records much, but I'm just gonna go with Brady. Brady's only loss was to Bilal, the champ. I think he beat him by decision, or was it finished? Let me double check. But yeah, Brady's good. It's just, I don't want to say he just looked bad that night with Bilal, but he's 16-1, 6-1 in the UFC. He got a Kimura on Gastelum last year. I think I don't want to say he could sub Burns. Burns never been sub, but I think he might TKO him maybe, or decision. Actually, no, I think it's gonna be Brady by decision. Yeah, that's what I feel like right now. When I first started about the fight, when I first looked at it, I just assumed that Burns is probably ready for the fight. You know, cardio wise, you know, he's really good in terms of his cardio. Never been subbed. He's been KO'd before. He lost round 2 KO. I think versus JDM. Yeah, around 3 KO. Not KO, but knees to the stomach, I think. Or no, actually, knees to the face, I think. It was a knee to the face, and he just took him down and beat him up. I think Burns was shooting for a takedown, and then JDM threw the knee and just caught him. So, and then they were saying that Burns was winning the fight, but I don't know. I think JDM just was looking for a strike like that to win. Not to try to point it out, more so get a finish on Burns. And I think, you know, it shows that these new guys are just willing to like try to take these guys out and not point it out and not go to decision. And I think Sean Brady is gonna try to go for like a finish, obviously, and be smart enough to get like enough points to win a decision. So I don't know. That's why I feel like right now. I'm thinking Brady decision. And just to kind of recap everything, Brady decision, Silva decision, Steve Garcia round 2 KO, Costa round 2 KO. Actually, there's not too many decisions actually at the beginning of the card. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with this. Let me save it and see what it looks like. It's not too many decisions now that I'm looking back at it. Yeah, it's not too bad. I kind of like the way it looks. So those are my picks, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. In this video, I just kind of want to give you guys like my literally first thoughts on the fights. This is my first time looking at them. Obviously, I've heard that the card was happening, but I didn't really go through the full card until right now. And those were my first thoughts on the card and what the outcomes might be. So hopefully you guys watch the card next Saturday. And Dana White's Contender Series is coming this Tuesday. But thanks for watching, guys. Please like the video. Again, I want to thank the subscribers that have subscribed to me. Thank you guys so much for watching and liking the video. I'm gonna keep making videos about the picks. I'm gonna keep watching UFC, and hopefully I do decent on these picks, because I don't want to get a lower ranking again, because I'm still number 442, diamond still. So I want to keep diamond at the very least. I don't want to say I'm settling for diamond, but I want to stay in diamond and just keep going up. Like I said, goal is to be top 100 in Tapology and to get 10 subscribers by the end of the month. So I got this video for UFC Fight Night, Burns versus Brady, and I'm going to be posting another video probably about Dana White's Contender Series, which is in like 4 days. This coming Tuesday. Today is Thursday, so like 5-6 days, not 5 days or something like that. So that was for today, guys. Like I said, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.